Hello, Scotchland.
Scotchland.
What do you do?
Welcome to Scotch for Dummies review.
For Dummies.
For Dummies.
Number 50 something.
50 something. Yeah, we're not counting. We'll get that count later when we do the average on the reviews. But welcome to the review tonight, you guys, and thank you guys for commenting, and getting involved with everything. But I gotta say, a great day for me. We've got a lot of Scotch on the bar that's new. I made a trip to the liquor store today. We've got a lot of good stuff coming, so stay tuned. Today we've got a good one that I picked up in duty free this weekend coming home from Mexico, and I'm excited about it because it's not anything that we've tried, not even heard of.
Totally new.
Yeah, and it's a liter. I love it when you get a liter bottle,
liters.
right? It just seems like you get a little bit
They
more.
last an extra 3 or 4 days.
If they're lucky.
Right.
But what we've got tonight is a Glen Deveron, Glen Deveron 20. It's hard to get to know what this distillery is about because it's actually really known as Macduff. It's very young. 1963 is when the distillery was spun up, and it's changed some hands. Who's it owned by now? I think Bacardi.
Bacardi Distillers. Yeah.
But anyway, it ends up in a couple of blends, and they do some independent single bottles, and it's the Glen Deveron 20. They do a 16, a 20, and I believe a 30. Correct me if I'm wrong, it might be a 25. We have the 20 tonight. It's a sherry bottle, so I was really excited about getting this one home.
sweet head.
It
And
looks
it's a liter.
delicious, and it's a liter. It looks delicious. Paid $90 for this in duty free, so don't know. Actually, it's the only place you're going to get it. It's supposedly only bottled for the traveling market. So what I've learned is that you're not going to find it in your local liquor store.
Travel retail.
But the next time you're traveling abroad, look for it, or maybe not. We'll let you know here in a few minutes when we get done reviewing it. So
Smells alright.
actually, it's a Highland, but it's right on the River Deveron, so that's where it gets its name, and that is actually sort of the the defining line of Speyside and Highland. So it's kind of
It's right on the board.
technically a Highland, but from a lot of other people drinking it say that it's going to have some of those qualities of a Spey. So
They don't consider it a Spey though, right? So it's definitely
no,
Highland.
yeah. I mean, it says Highland single malt right on it, but I mean, it's you throw a rock across the river and it's Speyside. So
There you go.
we'll see what's going on. It looks delicious in the coloring. It's now I don't know if they're
Smells
using coloring,
great.
but it looks
Sure
great.
does.
Smell great?
Man, I can't wait to get my nose in this. If I smell,
Oh man, this is some good stuff, Rick.
All right,
Raisins,
so-
major raisin. Oh,
all right, you ready?
What
You
are you
ready?
smelling? What are you smelling?
What do you think?
sherry.
What do you think I smell,
Tire.
guys? I smell tire. I smell rubber.
So you get a little bit of the sulfury smelling. There's some
I don't
sulfur.
get a whole lot of
But
that.
that's kind of a Speyside, kind of almost.
I
don't
get
any of that.
I'm so sensitive to it.
Oh, super
A lot of,
It's very light. It's not as heavy as
So-
it's in a
so my
like
guess
a,
is
a,
if we
a
let the-
Macallan or anything.
If we let this sit a few minutes, I think some of that sulfur will disappear, and we'll get deeper into the more robust.
So this
notes.
distillery must not distill. They must not have a whole lot of product. I mean, even if you're
Well, if you're
giving a
using it for
lot to
though,
blends,
that's
so
where your money
they're
is.
really not bottling much themselves, though, right?
Yeah, some distilleries are cranking out tons for
Oh
wines.
yeah, for
I mean,
for
But
like Johnny
what I'm
Walker
saying
Brewers.
is they're not
Yeah.
bottling a whole bunch.
it can't be. I mean, they're doing a
If they're
16
just
or
doing the
20
travel
and-
industry and that's it.
Right. That's what caught my eye about it, though. I mean, you go through duty free, and
What's this
there's
on?
a pretty limited selection of some of the really known brands, and I'm like, I want to find something we haven't even heard of, and so this one, I'm gonna grab it, $90. We're gonna find out if it was worth $90. I did a quick search online,
Dry?
and it was
Dry?
listed at
Little dry.
$98. So,
It's a little dry,
is it dry?
It's a
little
little
bit.
dry on the taste. What's
All
that
right.
one?
You can't
but it's got some good fruit. I like the fruit.
It looks dry.
It's
40%.
40, yeah.
It's a little more luscious fruit taste. I get a lot of raisin on the nose,
Ah,
but
I
on the
smell
palate
the
it's
sherry.
more
It's a quick finish too.
I smell
like
those
berry
raisins.
and more like juicy fruits. Plums maybe.
Well, I had some oranges and tangerine type on the nose. I'm not getting that in the taste.
Mm-mm.
I'm getting the malt.
I got malt. I got
Yeah.
burnt chocolate. I got darkness out of that.
I didn't get
I
burnt chocolate.
dark chocolate,
definitely
dark
malt.
burnt malt. It screamed.
Little bread and that
Mm.
grain and the
I get that.
Yeah.
I love the malt.
Something
malt head.
dark in there too. What is that?
I got dark chocolate, but it was burnt. It was a burnt.
I get the chocolate on the end. It's got a creamy quality about it.
Almost like a burnt almond.
So we got a much better nose now. That nose is developing.
This is a nice glass. I'm liking this glass.
It has something to it, some meat to it. I mean,
So my first impression was not real great. The nose, I had got a lot of that sulfur, but once I tasted it, and now I go back to nosing it, then you get a little more
It happens all
of
the
everything
time.
else.
everything else out of it.
So we read some other reviews of it before we cracked into this, and one of the reviews said it was a really watered down whiskey, and I don't.
No.
Do you get watered down whiskey out of that?
No,
I don't.
I think they tasted the wrong one. Because there's nothing watery about this
Maybe
whiskey.
they were already drunk. You never know.
We're gonna add a little water to this.
I'm not ready for that. I want one more
No.
taste clean.
Well, I
Because
got
after,
to review first.
yeah, you're right. After that first taste of the sulfur nose
You
goes
get more
away
vanilla
hard
now.
coat. It really does.
oh wow.
And now I
that
get
really
beyond
changes
it.
the smell.
Mm-hmm.
It's tamed it down, and
I get a little more orange on the taste now.
so I didn't get so much in the
I'm
taste
still
but in
getting
the
some
nose.
cereal.
But now
I got it on the
Wow.
nose and I didn't on the taste at first, but now I do.
I got the aftertaste of
wow, that's really
a burnt orange
a
chocolate.
big difference. Don't you
There's a
think?
little bit of orange in there, but I still taste the
It
cherry
didn't,
heavy.
it didn't taste on alcohol much. And so
Yeah,
this
sure,
does
it's
have a little more alcohol
Man,
burn
that's
and
good. I like this.
not full smoothness that I would expect for a
Okay.
20 year.
20 year, yeah.
I
So
put too much this morning.
yeah, you need it just a little bit.
I put too much on mine.
Put
So
a little more whiskey in
I
it.
gotta start on this. So Glen Deveron 20 year. So he's
There
repoting.
you go.
So
Some more?
No, I'm good.
water is I don't know if it's bad for this. It just changes it. So I like the deep rubies and the fruits better. When you add some water to this, I'm getting more vanilla and lighter notes out of it. It doesn't change alcohol content much on the tongue.
What is the alcohol content that
It's
we?
40%, so
Okay.
you shouldn't have a whole lot on it.
Especially at 20.
But it
$90
does.
bottle.
But it's a liter.
Okay, so that would make it a
So what, maybe 75?
$70 bottle.
Yeah.
He's right. Vanilla comes out in the water.
Definitely
Yeah.
a strong 2. I give this a strong 2 out of 4 fingers on it, because I prefer it neat because of my profile. There's no smoke, there's no peat. This is pure Highland, lightness with a little bit of fruit, heavier fruits. I give it a 2 based on kind of the value of $90 bottle versus the flavor.
$70 bottle liter.
$70 bottle.
Big
Yeah.
boy.
I think it's 70. Yeah, I guess. You
Yeah.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
All right, Drew.
You know what? When I had it without water, lots of raisins in the smell. A lot. Very, very fruity. Some tangerine oranges as well. Add the water to it, it changed the nose to more vanilla and juicy fruit.
Juicy fruit. Alright.
I'll give you that.
Juicy fruit. Not
Juicy
juicy
fruit.
Juicy fruit.
Juicy
I
fruit.
get that.
Now, the taste without water, definitely richer, stronger, but with water, it definitely dulled the taste down. So I would not recommend putting too much water, maybe a drop
It
maximum.
needs a couple drops, I think.
The only reason I would say a couple of drops is just to kind of maybe bring down the volume of the alcohol just a little bit, that's if anything. But, so if I'm comparing this, I'm going to say $70 bottle, just bring
Yeah,
that a little bit, right?
that's appropriate.
Price point to
I
us,
think that,
$7.50.
if I'm gonna compare that and taste everything else, I'm gonna go with a 2 as well. I think I like it, it's got some complexity to it, it's got some depth to it, but the price and everything else is not that appealing to me, it's good. I'll drink a glass or 2 of this tops. It's not something I can drink all night long.
All right. Yeah, I'm really torn on this Scotch. Without water, drinking it neat, I get a lot of cherry, I got a little strawberry, I get raisin, I get orange, I got
Strawberry.
chocolate on the finish.
I like the chocolate.
It had quite a bit going on. The water took a lot of that away.
Sure did.
I get more cereal notes now on the taste and the nose. It brought out some of the vanilla.
Yep.
But I lost some of the fruit notes that I really enjoyed
Yep.
on it neat. So I don't even know if I would put water on
I
this.
agree with that statement.
Yep.
Price wise, you know, you're looking at $70, but you can't find this anywhere unless you're traveling abroad.
And then you gotta pay
So,
90 bucks for it.
right,
and
so,
duty free. So
You know, you really are looking at
Specialty
90 bucks.
You're
getting
going
a
to get
bigger
this bottle on purpose.
Right.
It's a specialty bottle.
Would I buy this bottle in duty free? I think I would. You know, if this is one of the bottles that's sitting up there and I'm looking at all the other stuff and it's just cheaper versions of
20
stuff I
years,
can get
too.
at home.
yes,
20 years.
You know, and it's a
bottle.
20-year. It's not as smooth as some of the 20 years. I was expecting it to be a little more refined, I guess, at 20 years, but it's got some depth and complexity.
But for 90 bucks, would you spend, I mean, knowing what you know about other scotches, would you really throw it at this versus something else that you know you're kind of like?
But if I'm standing in duty free and I know that's the only place I can pick this up versus,
That's a very good point.
you know,
Yep.
something else that I could get at home
That's
maybe for
true.
an extra $5, but that's the only place I can get this, I'd probably pull the trigger and buy it.
Yep,
Okay.
valid
Right?
point. Valid.
So I'm going to give it a 2.5. I think it's got enough complexity to warrant that. You know, is it, you know, fabulously awesome?
No, it's not a 3 or 3.5.
I don't rank that, but
Yeah.
you know, it's got a lot of depth of flavor and it's got some character, and I thought it was a good glass. So I'll
Yeah.
go 2.5.
Nice.
All right,
All right,
Mark,
I'll start with the number. I had 2.5 before you said it in my head. I'm 2.5.
All right.
Up front, the nose did have some sulfur on it. You know, it had that, reminded me a little bit of a Mac 12 or something like that, but it was lighter. It wasn't as strong. But the initial taste, neat. I loved the afterfinish. I got this burnt chocolate, burnt hazelnut, burnt something, and it was just like different. It was rich, and it was just, it made me want to take another drink. A little bit hot, sure. The nose wasn't great. I put a little water on it, the nose gets better, and I don't like the finish so much. The finish, the palate came out. I did get a little bit of that vanilla hint in it, and I was like, okay, that's
It
good.
loses the chocolate.
But I lost my chocolate. I lost some of the other things I was looking
He's
for.
not like
and
a Neapolitan. He likes his chocolate.
I don't know. I mean, it's just that's what it presented up there. No marzipan.
No Mars.
Bastards. Yeah. They can't see it. If I throw hand signals underneath, he won't see it. So you guys keep on the eye. Anyway, a 2.5. It was complex enough, and it had a little bit of character. It changed a little bit. Price point, I got to go back to what Sean said. Yes, price per bottle. If we were in the States here buying it, we're buying $70, but you can't do that. So it's 90 bucks. And when you can only get it in certain places, I'm gonna enjoy the heck out of this bottle. If Drew can't drink it all night long, I will. So I will substitute and double up for him. No problem. I'm giving it a 2.5. Andrew had a 2.
Yep.
Drew had a 2.
2.5.
2.5. So it's a
2 and a quarter.
2.25.
Hey guys,
Hey, by
thanks
the way,
for watching.
Facebook, right?
Yeah, Facebook. Hey, so we're starting Facebook Live. Talk to me, Drew. Tell me how
Well,
this works.
So we're going to start streaming, I'm not sure when, but we're going to start streaming after the show. So stay tuned, you know, maybe get on our Facebook account, right? Log into
Sure.
it.
Make sure you like us on Facebook. So
Like
you know.
us on Facebook, so it'll send you a notice
A notification.
when we're going live, and you guys can get on. You can comment. You
Comment.
can talk to us, ask questions.
We'll try to tweet out way ahead of
Yeah,
time
that's
before we
right.
go live, 24 hours or something
So
like that.
yeah, so get on Twitter,
you
get on
see on the screen
Facebook.
behind us, Facebook, Twitter, we're on Instagram.
That's right. Just get on there.
Hashtag Scotch for Dummies Live.
That's right.
That's the way to get
Yeah,
us on
We'll be on
Facebook.
there. But
So
yep,
come find us,
come
'cause
check
we'd
us
love
out.
to hear you.
Yes, you can comment live and we can respond to your comments. We would love to hear from some of you guys that have been commenting on YouTube for a long time. Get involved in the conversation.
It would be an
real time.
actual
We would
conversation.
love to
Yeah.
talk to a couple of those people.
I mean,
Yep.
absolutely.
All right.
We're looking forward to meeting you guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
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 2.25, Glen Deveron 20. Hey, Scotch lovers. Thanks for watching.
Joining the conversation.
More videos below.
And hit subscribe before you go, so you can get the new videos when they come out.
Sláinte.
Cheers.